Where do I even start? In my opinion, this stage across all regions has been really the most interesting. For one, no TSM again. Yes, I am smoking that copium hard. Two, somehow fucking G2 made it out of Europe. And three, we have a major with no Team Liquid and no BDS, which is something I'm still trying to wrap my head around. In my opinion, this major is either going to go to NA or APAC. LATAM is still a wild card for me just because I didn't really pay attention much to them this stage. So let's just dive right into the groups. Group A, we have Damwon, Rogue, NIP, and Xset. As much as I love seeing the Brazilian style of play from Xset, I don't believe they make it out of this group. I think this is going to be Damwon and Rogue. However, Rogue kind of has an asterisk because EU has been just so bad competitive-wise this stage. It was close, but it felt like and looked like they had forgotten how to play Siege. But with the addition of Spoyet, I think for his first major, he'll perform well and at least make it out of groups. NIP, we haven't seen them really been performing recently at all, so I don't think they're going to make it out. And Damwon, yes, I'm a little biased because I've absolutely fucking loved that team, especially Rin. I think he's the next GOAT, but they've also looked really strong in APAC this stage. So Group B, we have FaZe, Sonics, Sandbox, and G2. G2, just cutting them off right now. They're not making it out of groups. They have, unless they fix something really quick and really drastic, the way they have been playing, they're not making it out. They barely scrapped it to qualify, and I don't think against teams like Sandbox, Sonics, and FaZe, they ever make it out of this group. Between the other three, I'm not really sure what I want to predict. I want to predict Sonics just because NA were on top. It's been the closest stage we've ever had, and it was great to watch. But the second spot between FaZe and Sandbox, I don't really want to make a prediction, and I'll just say we'll see, because I think it's going to be super close in this group. Now, Group C, we have Wolves, W7M, Oxygen, and Gladiators. If Oxygen make it out, it's going to be by a very, very close margin. You've got teams like W7M who were steamrolling the competition in LATAM. They won 7 out of their 9 games, and only one of those was a regulation loss. Their round difference was plus 30, and they had 7 points above Furia, and then under that, you have Furia with 15, FaZe with 15, and NIP with 15. Like, they are obviously much better than any of the LATAM teams that were here this stage. Wolves, I'm a little iffy about just because of who they were facing. Yes, they did well, and yes, on a normal basis, you would assume, oh, they came out of EU, they must be great, but EU really does not look good, like I said before, but I still think they're a strong team and that they can compete. Gladiators coming from APAC, they looked pretty good, but I honestly think that this is going to end up being Wolves and W7M coming out of this group. Now, Group D, we have the Charlotte Major winners, Astralis, and they will be with Elevate, Eminem, and Furia. I don't see Eminem and Furia making it out. Furia used to be a favorite of mine because of how strong they looked, but recently, I'm not too sure. Eminem coming out of EU, they scraped by. They're kind of in the group with G2 in that I don't think they really are up to performance on an international stage. I think this group also ends up being Astralis Elevate. So with that, our playoffs are going to be Damwon, Rogue, Wolves, W7M, Astralis, and Elevate, and then the last two from Group B. I'm not too sure about it, but for the sake of completing who I think is going to be in playoffs, I will say FaZe and Sonics. Now, last few things I want to talk about before I go is the roster changes that we are seeing in NA. As you may or may not know, Super is retiring after this major, so I want to see a performance from Sonics. If they can win the whole thing, that'd be an awesome thing to end his career on. From what I've heard, he is switching to the general manager position for Sonics, and Gunner is going to be stepping in because Sonics paid 30 racks to Parabellum for him. So yeah, I love Super. He's an amazing player. I can't wait to see how he performs at this major, and I wish him the best of luck into the new position he goes in, and I'm going to miss him. I really am. On other teams, it was weird to see the amount of roster changes that we already have even before the majors happened. Usually, you see these changes after the major, but Skies was announced leaving SSG like a day after the stage ended, which was crazy to see. I'm wondering if there was an issue on that team because of how quickly they announced that he's leaving. The one that I'm particularly sad about is Chala. I didn't want to see that happen. I'm afraid that there was a little bit of bad blood because he removed TSM from his Twitter bio before the announcement even came in, like I think a week before or something like that, maybe a few days. There are a few other roster changes, but those are the big ones that I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys are excited for this major. I hope you guys are excited for the videos I release covering it. But for now, that's really it. Sorry this video took so long to come out. I know I said it would come out like a week ago, but I've been busy with IRL stuff, and it's here now. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you around.
Trying to lead life by example, but living this life is a handful. And I ain't gonna clear no samples, but I'm about to clear my mantle. I need that plaque for reset, you need that chance to place bets, huh?